How you doing there, folks? This is Dublin City today. I am Sean, and you guys are all very, very welcome. I have two friends of mine over here. Can you just check, see if we're actually going live? Because I can't see the thing here.
No worries.
Okay, I'm just outside government buildings here. Back in March, it was outside government buildings that I told everybody that I was going into lockdown. Well, I am out of lockdown now. And I've obviously observed everything, and also thank you all so very, very much for all your best wishes while I was a little under the weather there a while ago. I'm feeling a hell of a lot better now, and I'm full of vigour, I'm full of excitement, and I am absolutely raring to go. There's a few people I want to say thank you to as well. First off, I want to say a huge thank you to the audience. You guys have been absolutely sensational in supporting the channel. Not just over the last couple of years, but especially over the last few months. Without you, I mean, we wouldn't have an audience, to be fair, you know. Another person I want to thank is Scott Kerry. I want to say thank you to Scott Kerry for doing the live event that he did there a while ago, and he's going to continue on doing those live events. That's going to be his gig. Actually, I just want to fix something here for 1 second, folks, if you'll bear with me. Oh, that's so much better. Sorry, I had my angles all wrong there for a second. So again, I want to say a huge thank you to Scott Kerry for all the work he's done. He's going to continue on doing those live events, and that's his baby now. Coming up now to the second birthday of Dublin City today, which is going to be on the Friday the 5th of June. We're going to have a special live event on that one, and we will tell you who's going to be there. Another person I really want to say a special thank you to is Joy Frost. Now, you may not know this, but Joy Frost has been doing so much work for all the buskers of Dublin in the background, and not many people would know this. So, and she doesn't get enough credit, I don't think. So I want to say a special thank you to Joy Frost for all the work she's done, especially the One Love video. And she pulled everybody together to do that, and then she got it up on Spotify, she got it up on iTunes, and she organised with the charity and everything else. So again, I just want to say a massive thank you to Joy Frost for everything that she's done for us. You know, she's been absolutely fantastic, and love you to bits, Joy. Thank you, and I hope you're keeping well in your new place. So again, I am outside government buildings, as you can see here. There is still a kind of a lockdown in place, but it's they're kind of moving it along in stages. And so there are certain people getting back to work and stuff, and the city isn't as quiet as it was. So there's a bit of hope. Is Anya, sorry, Anya, and they're gonna come around and tour with me. It's funny because they're actually the first people I've seen and spoken to in the flesh in quite some time. I was going a little bit stir crazy there, locked up in my office for a bit. Also, I want to say thank you to my nephew Kieran, who's looking after the comment sections right now. Well done, Kieran, you're playing an absolute blinder. I know I give out to you sometimes, but it's because you deserve it. Okay, so listen, we're going to take a walk up Grafton Street. I have my shades on because I look terrible, and if I look pale, it's because I've been stuck in my office for ages, going stir crazy, and I kind of look like a snowman. So I'm going to have to take this off and, whoa, holy moly, look at how I'm going to reverse this. So, because as you guys know, I'm absolutely useless with this kind of stuff. So I'm going to see if I can, well, I'm pressing the wrong one. How do we turn this around? No, sorry, wrong one again. How in the world? Ah, there we go. Okay, folks. So, right, so we are live, and we are going to take a walk up past government buildings. You want to come with us, folks? And we're going to take a walk up here by Stephen's Green. We're going to take a walk down Grafton Street, up O'Connell Street, and we're going to finish up at the GPOs, just to give you guys an idea of how the city is coming along. And I want to say a big thank you as well to the Gardaí, who've been doing a fantastic job. Thanks very much. So this is government buildings, like I say. Up the top of this street we have Grafton Street, or sorry, Stephen's Green, which is the park which is at the top of Grafton Street. Now, I hope all of you guys are staying positive, staying healthy, and staying safe. I would just suggest a good thing to concentrate is to build up our immune system by eating lots of vegetables, lots of fruit, and getting some daylight, even if it's just sitting in your garden. If you don't have a garden, even at your front door, or just going for a daily walk though. As regards busking, there's obviously all the buskers have gone into isolation. The busking community, in fact, were the first. Sorry about the noise here, guys. Yeah, it's quite noisy around here. So yeah, there's. I was in touch with Dublin City Council, asking them when the busking would be coming back, and they said they wouldn't recommend it now, obviously, but it will be coming back. I suspect it'll probably be maybe August, September. We'll see what happens. But who had been out, but they're certainly not doing it en masse because we don't want to be. And whoever that is texting me right now, could you please not text me or call me? I actually think I'll not be, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get me, okay? But it's like people are always texting me and calling me in the middle of live feeds. It's not that I'm not going to speak to you anymore, but please stop. You're driving me mad. Okay, so again, this is coming up onto Stephen's Green, and the park is open. A lot of the parks have opened for people to enjoy the bit of sunshine. It's an absolutely beautiful day here in Dublin today, and this is the first I have been in city centre since the lockdown, so I'm actually really happy to be back out again, and I'm feeling well as well. I'm feeling very healthy. I've been getting lots of sleep, lots of rest, eating lots of fruit, eating lots of veg, taking in lots of fluids, and I'm feeling the benefits of that, and as you can see, there is plenty of people walking about the place having fun. I think people are in generally are kind of isolating it, but they do need to come out, get a bit of a walk, and like we do have but we do have things like coffee shops where you can go in and get your takeaway coffee and stuff like that. A lot of the newsagents are open, cafes like that are open where you can sit outside, and they have like social distancing, all that kind of stuff in place. As you can see here, we have Starbucks, and there are some people. I'm not going to start filming people having their coffee. You probably don't want to be all over the internet, to be fair. But and if there is a bit of wind noise here, folks, I'm sorry about that. It's just that I'm using my mobile phone for this live feed, and so it doesn't have that little what we call dead cat, whatever it is that softens or eliminates the wind noise. So if there is a little bit of wind noise, we'll just have to live with it for the moment, I think. And we have great lads out here still doing their work. So yeah, construction is still going on, which is good, So over here across the road, I'll show you in 1 second, is the Stephen's Green. That's Stephen's Green over there. This is Stephen's Green over here, the park. It's Green Stephen, bud, is it? Really, yeah. All right, thanks for that, bud. Good man, bud, thanks. So this here is called Dawson Street, and on Dawson Street it has the Mansion House where the Lord Mayor resides. So we are. Again, we just left government buildings, which is called Dáil Éireann, and another reason I wanted to start there and come around here is to show you exactly how close the government buildings are to Grafton Street. It's only around the corner, and it is such a beautiful part of Dublin. Again, Stephen's Green is over here. I think during the week I'm actually going to, please stop texting me, will you? They're driving me mad. I will go in here during the week and do a little tour of Stephen's Green. There's another few places actually that I want to go a little bit to its roots. When we started off the channel, it was just me going around the city reporting on random stuff that might be going on, and I think that maybe you guys might enjoy a little bit of that. But obviously it's still a busking channel, still a music channel, but I think that when there is stuff to report on, you might enjoy it, Again, that's Stephen's Green Shopping Centre over here, and many of you would have seen Stephen's Green Shopping Centre in the background of our busking videos. It's a really nice shopping centre. It is open, but a lot of the shops inside are closed. So folks, we are at the top of Grafton Street, the Stephen's Green end of Grafton Street, and as you can see, there are people and more people than I expected to see actually around. We have Gino's like the ice cream over here you can get. We have newsagents open over here. We have the Vodafone store open over here, you know. So I'm going to get over this side here so the sun doesn't blind us too much and you guys can actually get a better view of the street. So it's very unusual for me to come down Grafton Street and to not see busking going on. How you doing there, folks? I do believe we are back in business. Sorry about going down there on the live feed. These things happen when you're going live. It's the beauty of it, and we're going to keep on marching down. And thank you to my great support staff here in Anya and in Chris. They're absolutely fantastic. My two beautiful assistants. Okay, so here we are. We're back in business, folks. I do believe. I just want to be sure that we actually are back. We are, okay. Again, I'll just start where I'd finished off there a second ago in showing you we have, again, you can buy ice creams in lockdown, that's good. The sad thing again is it's kind of sad for me to see no busking happening, but look, it'll all come back, and when it does, we're going to have the mother of all sessions here on Grafton Street. You can be sure of that, you know. How you doing, bud? And it's great as well to see, like, I never actually thought I'd be so happy to see the street sweepers on Grafton Street, you know, because as all you hardcore fans know who watch the channel, quite often the street sweepers will go by and I will just like go, oh God, no. But I'm so happy to see them even, you know, it's fantastic. We have Bewley's here, which is a kind of it's a huge cafe. It's an institution in Dublin, and apparently they are closing down, which is quite sad. A lot of the businesses around have had to close because of the current situation. Obviously, they couldn't afford to stay open, but they will all reopen, no doubt, even if it is under new owners and new managers or whatever. I think we're all going to have to play our part in getting everything back, and you know, and we will play our part. And most people that I come across actually are very, very excited about playing their part in getting things back to how they were, you know. Now, I am talking to you guys, and I'm not even sure if this is going live. I'm just going to keep going anyway, folks. So we're outside Brown Thomas, and all our biggest videos have been shot outside Brown Thomas here. It's the #1 busking spot in Ireland, I suppose, and yeah, there's again nobody out busking, but they are all at home and they are practicing, and they are sending me in videos of stuff that they've done. I want to say a massive thank you to the buskers who have been sending me in videos and who have been sending me messages of support while I wasn't well. Scott Kerry on our last live event that we had. Another special thank you will go out to Brian Dwyer. Without Brian Dwyer, that One Love video it wouldn't have been what it was. Obviously without Joy as well, you know, but with Brian, he was just like, and he didn't have to do that, but he went above and beyond for our audience and for the buskers of Dublin City. So again, to Brian, a huge thank you, and we owe you one, you know. So this is the Trinity College end of Grafton Street. As you can see, the buses are in full flow, and yeah, so that's Trinity College over here, where they keep the Book of Kells, which is a very, very famous book, written a very, very long time ago. It's like over 1,000 years or whatever, you know, and you can go in there and view it. And it's just a very well-known college, probably the best-known college, to be fair, here in Ireland, as well as UCD. And I suppose all the other colleges are going to give out to me now saying, no, we're the best college. I don't want to start getting into any of that, you know. But yeah, it's just Trinity College is a bit of an institution, you know. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful building. And that's the thing about Dublin City. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place, amazing architecture. And what makes the city, what it is the people, you know. There's such great people in this city, and they're full of characters, you know. You can be walking down the road and you'll end up having a conversation and going off and having a great night out with complete strangers you've never met before. It's that kind of a place, you know. Everybody's pretty laid back, pretty chilled, leave you to get on and do whatever you're doing. So down this street here is Dame Street, and that would bring you up to the Christchurch and towards the Guinness Brewery. Again, if you guys can let me know what kind of places you would like me to do tours of, I can do that for you. Over here we have the Bank of Ireland, which originally was actually the Parliament buildings when we were governed by the British Empire a long time ago. And we will be coming up on our 100-year anniversary of independence on 2022, which is going to be quite the session. So if you're ever thinking about coming to Dublin for a party, that might be a good year to come, you know. So that down there will be Pearse Street. Where we're going here, we're coming along to Westmoreland Street, which leads us to O'Connell Bridge, which apparently is the widest bridge in Europe. Is that true, Anya? Yeah, I've heard it, but there's a lot of fake news around, you know, so you wouldn't know, and I don't want to be spreading fake news. But I have heard that O'Connell Bridge is the widest bridge in Europe, and this is Westmoreland Street, and I hope we're still going live. I know that our live feed was cut off there for a minute there, folks. I can only apologise for that and say thank you for sticking with us and not abandoning the post. And down this left turn here would bring you down to the Temple Bar area of Dublin, which is very renowned for people who come over and want to party. You know, it will be down here, and we have all those old cobbles on the streets, because Temple Bar is the oldest part of Dublin. It's actually where Dublin was the birth of Dublin was down there. It started off in a little village, and it built out from Temple Bar. So it was built by the Vikings, because back then people didn't live in cities or anything like that. There was no such thing as cities, you know. So again, this is Westmoreland Street. If I'm being repetitive, it's, you know, it is what it is. If I'm being repetitive, it is what it is. Okay. So yeah, we're coming up to O'Connell Bridge, and as you can see, folks, I mean, there are people out, and public transport has been great actually through the whole thing. I have to say that the people who are look after the public transport have played an absolute blinder as well, getting people to where they need to get to, like the healthcare workers and everything. Oh, I actually want to say as well to all of the healthcare workers here in Ireland and outside of Ireland, thank you all so very, very much for putting yourselves on the front lines, and we're very, very, very proud of you all. And yeah, thank you all so very, very much, because I know that thankfully I'm healthy, I'm well, but there's those who haven't been, and yeah, you guys have been brilliant, and I know you will always continue to be. So again, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. So again, this is coming on to O'Connell Bridge, which I told you apparently is the widest bridge in Europe. It's very wide, which leads us on to O'Connell Street, which is the main thoroughfare here in Dublin City. So now we are actually on the bridge. I'll give you a little peek. So over this side of the bridge is the south side of the city. Over that side of the bridge is the north side of the city. So as you can see, the other side of the bridge is way over there. It's a very, very, very wide bridge indeed. And we have these old lamps and stuff like that, which have been there for a long time. I'm just going to show you the sign here. I'm not sure if you can even see it, but look, I will take a look at it anywho. There we are, O'Connell Bridge. And down there, the next bridge down is called Halfpenny Bridge. Down the sides of the river then is the quays. So we are now coming onto O'Connell Street. And as you can see, it's busy out, man. It's like, and this is, like I say, this is on a Monday, you know. And Yeah, there's quite a lot of people out enjoying a little bit of sunshine, just sitting around and yeah, enjoying the sunshine. I think it's like they're not exactly hanging around in big groups or anything. It's usually like people in ones and twos, maybe threes maximum. But there's certainly no big, large groups of people or crowds kind of hanging around anywhere, you know. So again, we have the pharmacies open. We have Burger King open. And of course, I have to mention, I mean, during this whole lockdown that we've been through, the off licenses have been open, you know. So we had to make sure that we kept the off licenses open. No matter what else happens, we have to have our off licenses, you know. So if there's ever going to be like a global pandemic, fear not, we'll keep you drunk. So yes, this is O'Connell Street, which has changed actually quite a bit, because now we have the Lewis system, which is the tram system that comes up here, and which is another great addition to the city actually. It's very clean transport, very reliable transport, and there's always plenty of them, you know. So when you come to Dublin, you can go around the Lewis and it gives you a beautiful, beautiful view of the entire city, you know. Like I say, they're the tram lines just here, you can see. And again, I apologise for the wind noise, folks. I'm not using the camera I would normally use. This is my phone, and the phone that I use actually, not trying to, I'm not getting paid to advertise them or anything, but is the Huawei P20 phone, which is quite good. It's actually, when I was starting up Dublin City today, I wanted to get myself a good smartphone, and this was the phone of choice, which hasn't let me down. And again, I'm not getting paid by Huawei for saying that, but if they want to pay me, I'll accept their money gladly. And I'll show you the Spire. You can see the Spire. The Spire here, we call it like the needle in the street kind of thing, you know. There used to be something else that was there, and they put that there in its place. We have plenty of everything. Not that they would, but like I've seen other videos where people going around filming in public can sometimes get a little hassle. It's never happened to me here, you know. So I'm going to cross here and show you what the GPO looks like from. The GPO is the General Post Office, which has an incredible history. It's if you ever heard of the 1916 Rising, when we started our fight for independence, it all began inside this building here, which is probably the most famous building in Ireland. Every Irish person will know the GPO, and it has a special place in all of our hearts. You can go ahead there, absolutely fine. I'll keep you out of the camera, yeah, okay. Cheers. Yeah, it has a special place in the hearts of Irish people. Does the GPO, and it's actually open for business, which is great. And here we have what we call the Spire, which is a very, very, very tall needle in the middle of the street. So if you like big, tall needles, you will absolutely love this. I'm not sure actually how tall it is, to be honest with you. I haven't measured it because I can't find a measuring tape big enough to be able to measure this. But I would imagine that it would have to be a pretty big measuring tape to be fair, you know. I'll get a little closer to it so you can get an idea of its size. So here we are. This, my friends, is the Spire of Dublin. Sorry lads.
Hello.
How you doing, bud? How you doing? So this is the Spire. Spectacular, if you're into that kind of thing, to be fair, you know. And down that street there is Henry Street, and on Henry Street as well there's quite a bit of busking. Anya, can I ask you some? You've the last when the only video I have of you and Chris actually was filmed down on this street here. That was the Van Morrison song. Yeah. It was Van Morrison song, yeah.
Tupelo Honey.
That's Tupelo Honey. I love Tupelo Honey. But have you ever been down Henry Street busking?
Yeah, a couple of times. That's our usual spot, North Street. We like it. But Henry Street, a few times too.
Have you ever busked on Grafton Street?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, evenings on Grafton Street.
That's probably how I missed it, because I stopped doing evenings. Then I kind of restarted them again, but you know, yeah. And are you looking forward to getting back out again?
We miss performance, like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And we're not doing the live streams from home. We played for our neighbours on our balconies.
No way, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's not the same as Busking, like.
Yeah, of course. You miss Busking as well, Chris?
Yeah, definitely. Really looking forward to getting back to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like your live streams are good and the balcony was good, but you can always do it a few times, you know?
Yeah, it's true, you know. You kind of miss that energy that you get on the street when you're performing, you know, when you're...
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I think that's why I think a lot of people love the Busking videos as well, is because you don't know what's going to happen as well. But it's just that I think we will all have a new appreciation for human interactions. You know, and especially on performing, just being able to sit down and just perform to people and everything, you know.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, you would almost think that I knew what it was like to perform to people on the streets, the way I talk. Yeah, well, I do it. I know how to perform on a stage, acting, but not because But the funny thing is, when it comes to singing, whenever I'm in the shower, as soon as I step out of the shower, it's just like, oh my God, it happens, man.
That happens to me too, man.
That happens to you too?
Yeah, I'm Jeff Buckley in the shower and I'm like, get out and pop down.
Yeah, but it happens much worse to me, because I've heard you out of the shower. I can safely say I've never heard you in the shower. But I've certainly heard you out of the shower, and you sound a hell of a lot better than me, you know what I mean? But yeah, and how are you hopeful for Busking now coming back, or?
The sooner the better, I reckon, you know. You see just social distancing somehow to get that into Busking. I think punters will just keep it the distance and leave you alone. I think they'll appreciate the music, so the sooner the better.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful it'll come back soon.
Yeah, me too. And I have to say, we have to give it a lot of credit to all the buskers who have observed the lockdown and everything else, you know, and to we'll say nothing about that. And because I mean, you guys all did it at the very beginning, you know, and you didn't have to be told to do it, you know, and everybody went in, and they went in en masse, you know, which was great to see, you know. So I think it's hard to get I can't get the two of you in here, actually. So yeah. Oh dang! Hi! Hey, yeah! Aloha! So that's what I'm saying about Dublin, folks. It's full of great people, you know. They're also very, very friendly. I mean, you would think that I knew that girl, but I actually don't. But aloha, anyway. What a great place. And yeah, so you can see that there is plenty of people coming back out, and I'm feeling very, very hopeful, actually. That when the Busking comes back, that people are going to be able, they will stand like a metre apart or whatever. Yeah, I think we could at least give it a go. You know what I mean? Like, and because I think it's such a musical city.
Yeah.
You know, for the city to reclaim its identity, I think it's so important to have the music back out on the streets again, and it lets everybody else know that sort of like we're past the worst of things.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think it will go down a bomb. People will appreciate it, you know, and maybe it'll be the first type of music back.
Yeah.
Before concerts, before clubs, maybe it'll be the first type of music back anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's all outdoor, you know, and I mean, people even if they're watching a busker or whatever, they can wear the mask, they do whatever, and they can kind of keep because generally people when they're watching buskers kind of stay a few meters away from the busker anyway. They keep more than 2 meters away from the buskers at all times.
Disinfect the coins or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. And I actually remember just before we went into lockdown, does that mean then that I get it for free? And she was like, hell no. I'm just like, well, where's all the love, you know? Yeah, exactly. So I think what I might do is that I might actually just walk back down towards O'Connell Street. And because we're only like it's only, how long are we into this now? What time is it? It's only a half an hour into this live feed or something, you know, and there's only so much talking I can do before you all fall asleep on me, you know, from absolute boredom. But what I can tell all you guys is actually, can you hold that and just kind of point it at me and get my good side? So what I do want to say to you guys is that we are going to continue doing the live events with Dublin City today, and again a huge thank you to Scott Kerry for pulling that together for us, you know, because that's Scott Kerry's baby now. I'm not going to really get too much involved with any of those, so Scott Kerry is going to decide who goes on to these live feeds and when these live feeds are going to be, you know. So if there's any buskers and you want to be on there, Scott Kerry would be the man to ask, because I don't want to get him stand on Scott's toes or anything. He's put so much great work in. Again, Joy Frost, thank you so very, very much for all the work you've done. Most people, in fact, I think everybody, buskers included, have no idea how much work Joy Frost puts in to promote the buskers of Dublin City. It'll all probably become aware to you over fairly soon, exactly what she has been doing. So again, Joy, love you very much, and Jonas, your husband, love you. Just want to make sure I love you too. Okay, I love you both. Okay, so I suppose I could probably leave it at that for the moment. I know it's been a very short one, but I just wanted to make this video to give you all guys a little bit of hope, to say that Dublin is making to say that Dublin is making a comeback, and everybody I look at, I think we all have a new appreciation of each other. It's not very often I would have a girl come behind me and go, hi. They usually come behind me and kind of go, oh. So that's really, really positive, you know. And so I'll probably leave it at that, to be fair, you know. And I'm going to do another update from home over the coming days. I might just sit down and have a coffee with you and talk about random stuff, you know. And then again, I'll do another Q&A video for you all as well. Again, thank you all for your well wishes. I'm feeling so much better. I'm on top of things now. I'm healthy. I'm invigorated. I'm excited, and I am hopeful. Thank you very much. I'll take that now, and we'll probably call that a wrap. So I want to say to you two guys as well, thank you both so very much for coming out and helping me. Yeah, it's great to see you guys. So, and I look forward to seeing you out busking. So remember Chris, remember Anya, and you can actually find them their video in the playlist section of the channel. And later on, we will put your links in the description of this video, and you can go and support Chris and Anya. We joining us, and that's a wrap for now. Bye bye.